Bats Global Markets. We're still talking about this story, of course. Look, yesterday the exchange platform that they run there worked fine, worked perfectly, but still issues. The board's going to meet later today, talk about a range of things, including whether the CEO will continue as CEO. Jacob Bunge is in Chicago. Tell us about this. Let's talk about this board meeting that has been convened for later today, Jacob.
Yeah, hi guys. It's as expected from what we understand. It's not a previously scheduled board meeting. Of course, they had the IPO debacle on Friday. The CEO has described it as the most embarrassing day in the company's history. I mean, obviously a high-profile problem for them. Their own IPO not going due to a technology glitch in their own platform. So what they're talking about today, from what we understand, the CEO and Chairman Joe Ratterman, he said himself that it's a logical thing to discuss. A company has an event like this, whether the CEO should stay or not. From what we understand, guys, there's general support for him on the board. This is a guy who's led the company for 5 years. I mean, he's built it into a profitable company, which not all of these upstart stock markets are. And they've expanded. He's done a deal last year in Europe, one of the few successful exchange deals to go off. So, there's arguments for keeping him on, but there's no doubt that this is a big, big black mark for him and the company.
Jacob, what is the morale like? Do we have any idea what it's like there amongst employees at Bats after all this massive debacle?
Yeah, well, it's obviously they've had better days, right? The IPO was a chance for them to monetize their holdings. This company, they've been building up the last couple of years, the third largest U.S. stock market operator, the largest pan-European stock market operator. So, yeah, it's a missed opportunity for them. It's, something that they're going to see in the way of unpaid bonuses, another thing that's likely to be talked about here today. Obviously, there's not likely to be any bonuses paid related to the IPO, but they're going to talk about it in a more broad sense than that even.
Right. Now, so this is Tuesday. This is the second market day since the debacle on Friday. Yesterday, everything went fine on Bats. I assume today the systems are all up and running. The longer that the systems remain up and running, the further in the past that debacle Friday gets, does that become more and more of just a one-off issue, which is what they're arguing now, right? That was just a one-off issue. It wasn't a systemic problem with their platform?
Right. Well, keep in mind, the IPO Friday, the Bats shares, this was the first IPO, first corporate issue that they had ever handled. They just got approval back late last year to launch a listings business. They launched their first listings in January, which is a slate of ETFs from iShares. This was the first, company to go public on their market. It was a brand new system that they rolled out for that, and they said they tested it pretty extensively. Obviously, didn't test it for every eventuality. But the co-founder of the company and one of the board members, Dave Cummings, a guy with a trading firm called TradeBot, he said that this is something that he thinks could probably be ironed out in a week. In the meantime, they're entirely separate stock market systems. They've functioned completely separately from all of the issue stuff, and that's been that was affected Friday. You saw the thing with the Apple shares, but the regulators look at this as sort of an isolated blip on what's otherwise been a pretty reliable platform.
Jacob, I take it that the listings they do have before they put themselves on the exchange are largely ETFs and the like. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
And is there any concern from clients who run those funds that they might be looking to pull out? I mean, that's clearly the biggest financial risk they face, is some sort of rebellion amongst their customers.
Well, you got to differentiate between the customers. We haven't heard anything out of BlackRock that the ETFs would move. I mean, from all accounts, it's been a positive experience for them so far. The customers on the stock market side, I mean, like I said, this is a platform that up until last Friday, almost always has proven to be pretty reliable. They tout their uptime of like 99.9%, I think, and so that compares favorably with the other stock markets here in the U.S. And their market share held up, guys, yesterday pretty well. It was a little lower here in the U.S., a little higher in Europe. So, they feel like their customers, the ones that make them profitable, trading stocks on their systems, have stuck with them.
All right.